What is up, mother flowers? How you guys doing today? Good. Well, if you notice, it's nighttime. Yeah, I'm recording a little late for this one, but it's just for you guys. Boop. Popped on the nose. Okay, this one I'm labeling cryptids. Because I think cryptids are a really interesting topic to talk about. And I think you guys should just know even like a little bit, just to understand what they are. If you don't, it's cool. If not, I hope that this will be entertaining. So with that said, hope you're ready. By definition, by Merriam-Webster, an animal such as Sasquatch or a Loch Ness Monster that has been claimed to exist, but has never been proven.
Today. Thank you for having us.
I would also like to add a few other cryptids to that. You know, like mermaids, dogman, yeti, Goatman, Slenderman. I don't know if I'm counting right. But anyway, yeah. There's just a few. I totally agree that some of these things definitely don't exist. I just don't see that it's possible. However, there have been many sightings of a lot of these things for a very long time. They have been documented like by cavemen and stuff, like on the walls and such. I mean, their pictures pretty much look a lot better than mine, so if I try to draw something and everything will probably look like Slender Man, just a little stick figure. So my biggest question is, how did all these indigenous people who had no way to contact each other because they're on separate sides of the globe, expressing by art about what they were seeing? Interesting thought. Think about it a little bit. Think about it. And this world is a friggin' huge place. And we're still learning stuff about it. But personally, this is me included. I just think a lot of people are afraid of the unknown, or what they don't understand. Here are some of the most isolated places on Earth, just to name a few. The Namib Desert is said to be the oldest desert in the world. It spans the distance of 1,200 friggin' miles, folks. Sounds pretty big, right? Well, the Arctic Desert is 5.5 million miles. Say what? Yeah, I know. That's pretty crazy. I bet you know what you're thinking. I wonder how many ice creams it would take to measure the 5.5 million miles. You know what? A lot. A lot. This desert is also home to the Lion King. JK. I totally don't know. But there were lions there. So maybe one of those lions had a story like Simba's. There are also baboons, zebras that live there. And there's also the black-faced impala. They have a wild car out there, folks. A wild freaking car. Have you seen the new Impala? Okay, yeah, it's an animal, not an actual car. It's an area mainly known for mining and tungsten. It also has some of the world's largest sand dunes, some as high as 984 feet. Now, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, that'd be a massively fun game of hide and seek in that desert. Make sure to bring and drink plenty of water, though. So, with all that said, you never know what could be lurking above or below. Know what I mean? There is the Reunion National Rainforest in Madagascar, which is 2.12 million miles. Oyamakayan, Russia is one of the coldest places inhabited by people on Earth. And then there's Easter Island, where they have all those heads. There is a lot of mystery about the island, mainly how those heads got there. And why are they buried? See, my guess is they don't really have any clothes. Burrow, Alaska has 65 days of night, and that totally sounds like it should be a movie title. Or is it just me? But in general, there's a lot to say about Alaska because it's a really big place, like a lot of these other places. But this one in general, there is said to be an indigenous Indian tribe that's still out there. And I can totally cover this if you guys want me to, because it's very interesting stuff that's been happening out there. Supe, Arizona. The place is beautiful and it is only accessible by a lovely 8-mile hike. Okay, it'll be a torturous 8-mile hike. Or if you're classy, you can take a helicopter or you can get there by horseback. For an extra $2,000, you can ride with Fabio on horseback. I don't know how I know that. Longyearbyen, Norway is the northernmost town in the world where it is actually illegal to bury the dead because the bodies won't decompose. So they actually have to send them out wherever you would like them to go to have the bodies buried. And sort of kind of maybe, I don't know what you've been waiting for. The Amazon rainforest. Place is full of mystery. And here are just a few areas that make up the Amazon rainforest. Huh, easy peasy. Ooh, and good old Antarctica. Just 2% of the continent is free of ice. The Antarctic Treaty was signed on December 1st, 1959, during the 12 nations that had been active in the IGY, International Geographical Year. And here's some of those countries. The document states that the land is mainly for peace and science. Mainly science, though. And we still barely know what's in the ocean. Sorta. So I'm sure with all that land out there, there has to be some creatures that we don't know about. Or new species of animals or something. I don't know. It's a big, big, big place. Now let's talk about the dinosaur that lives in the Congo. Its name is Mokele Mbembe. Now say that 5 times fast. I would, but I would more likely get a headache. Yes, you asking. I did try it, and I passed out after the headache. Now, the Congo isn't small. It's almost the size of Mexico. So, with all that said, I think it's time for me to scratch my arm. I mean, shoot, I'm still learning a whole lot about my own backyard here in Tennessee and the surrounding states. And I'm honestly not sure if this would be considered a cryptid, but I still think it's worth bringing up because I think it's very interesting. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard on podcasts or just by doing some research about black cat sightings around the Tennessee area. Kentucky, Alabama. Some have actually been seen up north. But who knows, maybe these wild animals were kept as pets and then released into the wild, and Tiger King wasn't there to save them. Some people might consider it a myth, but there's also the myth that alligators live in the sewers of New York, which that is actually true that they do, or did. They used to be sold as babies, and when they grew up out of all their cuteness and people found out that they can eat you, they released them. They would either flush them in the toilet, or they would release them to the wild or near a sewer. Oh, and I almost forgot. I haven't even covered the ocean yet. But really quickly, did you know that only 35% of the ocean has been mapped out? And this is recent. Say what? There are also all sorts of sea creatures, fishes and things, that are being discovered just about every time somebody goes down, way down deep in the ocean, and then somebody comes back up, they'll pretty much discover a new creature. It's very, very awesome. They've even found plenty of sea creatures that have been said to be extinct, but are not. So those are called living fossils. And some other living fossils, alligators, snapping turtles, horseshoe crab, jellyfish, the Nautilus treadmill. Just kidding. The Nautilus, it looks like a squid and a snail had a baby, if that helps you imagine what it is. Well, you beautiful people, thanks for tuning back in. I always look forward to you watching my videos. And just give me some feedback. How do you think I'm doing? Alright, bye.